Welcome back into Roster Rescue. It is the show that we take a look at your teams and we say, hey, you're looking pretty good. You're looking pretty sexy. Here's maybe a small tweak or two to elevate your game a little bit. Or on the opposite, we say, oh no, what happened?
No.
We have a lot of work to do. This is open heart surgery time for your teams. That's what we're going to do. So we have some rosters today that we're going to take a look at, and we're going to say, hey, here's what I would do. Here's how I would make this team a little bit better. And if you're like, well, you know what, Garrett, that's a pretty darn good idea. I want people to talk about my teams and tell me which direction I should go. Because now that we're kind of getting into that mid-season mode, now we're starting to separate who's good, who's not good, all that kind of stuff. And so if you want that, look at those QR codes up there. You can submit your roster with the right one on the right-hand side. Or if you're like, hey, I want all those tools, I'm going to sign up for Fast Draft and use promo code NERDS. You can do that on the left-hand side. And we've even adjusted even a little bit. Might even have some time to talk some trades in the chat as well today. So here's what we're going to do. The first person to do a nuke today, we are giving a free year of our Nerd Herd bundle. Free year of our Nerd Herd bundle. Oof. First person to do a nuke today. We've done that a couple times. We thought, you know what? We had to take a week off last week, but we're back today. So let's go ahead and do that today. So first person to submit a nuke will get a free year of the Nerd Herd bundle. I've talked a lot, but I haven't given a chance for my co-host to talk here. Rich, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing swell. It's a happy Monday here. So that's always nice. We got football on tonight. It was a crazy football weekend. My Browns ended crazy. Saw so many block kicks this weekend. A lot of defensive scoring, a lot of duds, some injuries. The 2025 season starting to take shape as we're going to be entering week 4 here. We're starting to get our legs under us, find out where some value is, where some duds are. A lot of stuff could change. Everything will change kind of every single week. But yeah, excited to be back here doing some roster rescues. I know we had the page down while we're doing some site work. And a lot of people didn't have the opportunity to submit their rosters or get the link up because we had it down for a week. So hopefully we could get in here and do some work.
Absolutely. Well, I know we got a couple to do for sure, and we'll see how the people react today. But Pete, how are you doing today, my guy?
I'm doing really good. Thank you for asking. I wanted to ask you guys this question really fast.
Okay.
So we just got done recording the Razors and Fallers episode, and that'll
Correct.
be coming out after the show, after Roster Rescue. Who would you say in the first 3 weeks has been your most surprising faller of the season so far? Is it Marvin Harrison Jr. or is it someone else?
Marv's up there for me pretty high.
Marv's definitely up there for sure. It's hard because I don't know. I was never as high on this guy as everybody else, but I think from his like golden pedestal as like roughly wide receiver 5-6, I think Brian Thomas has fallen pretty far after these first few weeks. So he's definitely a pretty big faller, I think, overall.
It was crazy about that one is he fell without the reason why I thought he would fall is Travis Hunter.
Yeah,
I thought Travis Hunter would eat into it. Yeah, so Travis, yep. I won't ever count a rookie as a major faller. You know, like any of the rookie running backs or anything along those lines because it's too early. About to sneeze.
You're good. I could see it. I could see that was a sneeze face.
Yeah. Oh man. There's a lot of things that have been, disappointing. Some of the veterans I thought were going to come in and, dominate some target share and help produce, like the Stephon Diggs, Calvin Ridley has not produced. Chase Brown's been somewhat of the dud that I thought he would be. Bijan's been a disappointment. Drake London's been a disappointment because of the situation.
Bijan's been a disappointment. He's like running back 5.
Okay, I know, but that's somebody who I thought was gonna be running back 1 overall and give us like what Christian, like the big time numbers. Not like he's not a faller. I'm just saying there's like some things that didn't really so far through with 3 weeks. That's all. Like that I'm not concerned about. That I've been a little bit disappointed about. Right? Like I'm not worried about Drake London's dynasty value or Bijan's dynasty value, but they've been like Michael Penix in offense. They haven't scored a touchdown in a couple of weeks. Right. It's a little bit of worry, but then you get some surprises, right? Like Tyquan Thornton. Former second round pick has been a very pleasant surprise, definitely this past week in Kansas City. producing at a really good level. Quinshon Judkins, who's been, we thought what's going to go happen is again a field. He looks like he could be arguably the best rookie running back so far going on. So a lot of stuff is coming out, some disappointing, some not. Daniel Jones has been an unbelievably pleasant surprise. The team's only punted 3 times all year long, which is absolutely nuts. My bold prediction of Jonathan Taylor being running back 1 overall is looking pretty strong.
You mean our bold prediction?
Well, I mean, I said it first, that's all. But yes, our bold prediction. Yes.
When you have 32 bold predictions, eventually, like you got like I had like 8. You got to let me have this.
Come on, baby.
All right. Dylan says trade Trey Benson, Tony Pollard, and Devontae Smith for Jamar Chase. Now, I am very excited about Trey Benson, Rich. Very, very excited. That said, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Assuming this is Dynasty. If it's redraft, I can understand it a little bit more. But if this is Dynasty, it's done and done.
Yeah, do it, but do it. You gotta do that trade with a mask on because you might be arrested for theft.
Sedated
Kyle.
Fork.
I always talk first.
That's right. That's right.
And the most.
Okay. Let's get over to the first team, shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay, so this is Seth. Follows Rich religiously, so that explains why he submitted his team for a roster rescue.
There we go.
It's a 12-team PPR, 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 3 wide receiver, 2 flex, tight end, and a defense. League. I don't know why I went that specific.
Very specific, yes.
And that's about it. Do you want to read off the roster?
Yeah, and look at this nice little feature that we added in here. We're looking at a 2-0 team. So sometimes we can say like, hey, you're a legit contender, but sometimes you have bad luck. If, you know, especially when we get to like midseason, you're like, yo, this team looks like one of the top 2 or 3 best teams, but for some reason they're 2-5, like just really bad luck. Well, then you're not a contender anymore. I'm sorry. Like you have to at least be in the range to strike and still be a contender. So nice little addition there. So 2-0 right now for the Hebrew.
Yeah, 2-0. And before you go on that, Garrett, I just want to tell the audience too, like I just saw a lot of updates coming to the app. We have a big update coming soon because we have a data hub coming out. There's so many cool, like nice adjustment features coming to the app. Like the lineup optimizer got a facelift, little things like this in the league analyzer. Some wording's gonna be different. The app's got a really cool update coming really, really soon.
All right, well, let's take a look at it. In Dynasty mode, this is the number 2 team here in this 1 QB PPR league. We've got Joe Burrow, Bo Nix, Trevor Lawrence, and Jackson Dart at the running back position. Jahmyr Gibbs, Devon Achane. Oh, thanks, Andrew. Hey, what's up? Jahmyr Gibbs, Devon Achane, Cam Scatteraboo, Caleb Johnson, Jay LeBourne, Ray Davis. Then at wide receiver, we have Jackson Smith and Jigba, Lad McConkey, DK Metcalf, Jerry Jeudy, DJ Moore, Jaden Reed, Cortland Sutton, and then at tight end, Sam Laporta and Dalton Kincaid. This team does not have their 26 first or second. We also don't have our 27 second, and we don't have our 28 first or second. We do. I missed those. Sorry.
Yep.
We do have our 28. So we're missing our 26 first and our 26 and 27 second here. This team is in second in Dynasty mode, but where are we at in contender mode, Pete?
Let's see.
We are right there. We are currently in 3rd place. But Rich, I have a feeling, obviously, Joe Burrow, this team was probably in first before Joe Burrow got hurt. That bumped him down to 3rd overall. But we have somebody in the running back room that is probably going to be getting a nice bump this week in contender value. So I could see this team being second or maybe even first once again in contender rankings.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty solid team all around. Joe Burrow is hurt now. That's fine. You're going to have to live with Trevor Lawrence and Bo Nix. Not as concerning to be a 1 QB. Maybe when Jackson Dart comes in, he can spark some magic for you too. So you have a lot of depth there. Your running back room looks really strong. You got Jahmyr Gibbs, Devon Achane. Both are playing really well. Jaylen Warren has looked good. He has been, even after that raise, he's a clear-cut running back 1. Caleb Johnson has been negated by Aaron Rodgers himself. He's like, listen, dude, if you're not getting your job, like we know how Aaron Rodgers can kind of pick his poison there. So And you have Caleb Johnson there for depth, but you also have Cam Scadaboo, who looked really good, heavily involved in the passing game this week. 8 targets in that offense, one more than Malik Neighbors. And even if Jackson Dart comes into the game, I don't expect that to change. Cam Scadaboo is electric. He looks really good for that offense. So you're good there. Jackson Smith and Jigba pick it up right where he picked up last year. Very solid. Lad McConkey on the same kind of path that he was last year. It took him to like week 5 to really come out and end up being a wide receiver 1. But the addition of Keenan Allen, the stepping up of Quentin Johnston has kind of set Lad McConkey back just a hair. But that's fine, man, because you got Cortland Sutton putting up numbers week in, week out. DK Metcalf had a big game this week. And you got DJ Moore and Jerry Jeudy in the back. I would start Cortland Sutton over DJ Moore, definitely with that Bo Nix stack that you have there. And obviously at tight end, you're stacked there too. I don't see any glaring holes. Like, can we make an upgrade to our running back 3? For sure. Would I like to get a more secure receiver or quarterback? Sure. But I think we're going to look down here at some of these teams are already 0-2 and see if we can doing a massaging. Because we don't have a ton of youth and depth to get offset, but like there might be some hype we could take with some of these players and maybe potentially make a move.
Rich, would you consider if the right deal came along or the right team was available to where you would package Joe Burrow with another quarterback potentially in your roster, because this is a 1 QB league, to get a quarterback that you feel is actually a difference maker this season to help put you over the top?
Yeah, I just feel like, Garrett, it's gonna be a little hard to do in a 1 QB league. Somebody's gonna be looking, maybe somebody at Jamar Chase, they'd be a little bit interested. But I feel like right now the teams that have quarterbacks are gonna put us over top. I guarantee they're probably sitting here atop the league, right? We haven't had offensive dominant performances for the first 3 weeks. I'm sure a lot of the teams are up top. I guarantee you, let's look at the quarterback rooms, will be led by strong quarterback rooms. Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott and Jaden, who's right behind us. I bet they're going to be looking pretty good. The Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson probably right behind us here.
Yep.
Yeah, there they are. So I think if we look down low, like, I don't know if we're going to find the guy we're looking for. Like right here.
Purdy, Penix, McCarthy, no. Fields, Darnold, no. Jordan Love and Caleb Williams, that could be one. How do you feel about them in comparison to a Bo Nix? Because Bo Nix is a solid quarterback. But I see both of these guys as maybe higher ceiling players than a Bo Nix. Open to that kind of move or just not worry about it?
Yeah, but the thing here is, like, I don't know why this owner would be. I mean, Caleb Williams looked fantastic this past week. He had a 29.3 points game. Caleb Williams currently sitting as quarterback 2 on the year, right behind Josh Allen. Daniel Jones is 3, just like we expected it to be. So I understand the thought process, Garrett, there, but like, I don't think this owner's got 2 young quarterbacks. Like, why would he have any urge? Both are producing solidly. I don't know if he would have any urge to move those guys. Like, I don't know. There's a path there. Like, would
for you me, consider Joe Burrow straight up? Like, somebody might be looking at that as like a long-term step up.
Yeah, I would, but I don't. I mean, okay, let me just reverse role. Say you're in this. You're this team right here. You have Jordan Love and Caleb Williams. Right now, today, I offer you Joe Burrow straight up for either one of those guys. Would you accept it?
I think with this team and with it being 1 quarterback, I think I would be okay with that. If I don't think I'm contending. If I think I'm contending, I want both of these guys for this year. If I don't think I'm contending, and what's this team's record right now, Pete, the number 19?
It's 1-1. There's actually only 2 teams that are 0-2. Everyone else is 1-1.
And we don't know if they won this week, too. I mean, he has Caleb Williams in the starting lineup, so that's a good start. Neighbors just had an absolute dud.
His running back situation's tough right now, though.
Yeah, and Pearsall and Odunze had good games. Listen, Garrett, I'm not saying, like, I'm not proposing those offers for sure. Yeah. Like, I would love to see it. It's just like,
throw it out and see what happens.
I don't know if that really moved the needle. So, like, I'm looking, like, I would love to see, like, what are the receiving cores? Let's go to 12, 11, and 10. I just want to see the running back and receiving cores.
Ooh.
Bunch.
Yeah. No, next. That's
kind of crazy.
Garrett Wilson's the only thing that interests me much.
Yeah, and he's probably not going to move him. It's the only guy he's got. You're not
What do you
getting
guys
a
think
mega.
about Waddle?
He's fine. He's doing. I mean, the interesting thing there in Miami is, Tyreek Hill's target share is really starting to bump up here again. So
Did you see his comments? They were kind of surprising in a good way for once.
I didn't see him. It's Monday, so I haven't had time to still deep dive in a lot.
Well,
of this.
they had the Thursday night game, so
sorry. I had the
no,
craziest busy weekend. Every second of my weekend was busy.
No, you're good, dude. So he basically came out and said something to the effect of like how Mike McDaniels is actually rallying the troops, was really encouraged by like his thoughts on the game. It's like was really complimentary about this team in the direction they're going, which is the opposite of what I thought I would have gotten out of Tyreek Hill at this point. So interesting to say the least. Like maybe this team isn't dead yet because they actually looked pretty solid against Buffalo by comparison to what they looked like the first 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah, it's good. I mean, listen, Tyreek Hill still offers some upside. I think Jalen Waddle, his day was savage. Wasn't he had the touchdown on Thursday, right?
He did it.
Kind of really
Yep.
saved his day.
The problem is Jalen Waddle. We have a bunch of Jalen Waddle level players in our wide receiver room right
now. That's the thing. Like if we're going to make a move here, it has to be a difference maker move because, again, I kind of feel like almost Garrett, like our team, look at this team. We pushed it back to now because we're like, listen, man, there's not a lot of movies you want to make now. Let's see how we are, where we are, and how it all plays out in season. And because we had I get it. We had the Ricky Pearsall question, the Romo Dunze question, how it's going to play out. We probably thought Olave and Malik Neighbors were the safer point, and it wasn't. Like I feel honestly, with not having our 26th first, I think this is a roster rescue where like I like the idea of trying to upgrade the quarterback if we can there. Mm-hmm. But besides that, I don't know if we have a clear path to get something. I mean, if you can get Tyreek Hill for a second because somebody wants to offload him when it starts to like fall apart, I'd do that. Like if I can add some depth behind Keenan Allen to solidify that, like for a third, can I get Keenan Allen for a third just to insulate my Ladd McConkey share? I'd be okay with that. Tyreek Hill is somebody I'd definitely be interested in for sure. Like
here's something I'd like to add to that real quick, Rich, because you're right. Sometimes the best move that we can make is not making a move. And so while I'd be open to a quarterback and maybe insulating some of my receivers, I think the biggest thing is I really don't want to move that 27 first until I need to move that 27 first. So it's because someone big goes down, JSN goes down, a Devon Achane goes down, somebody like that where you're like, okay, this is the reason why I need to do this. So that's what I think I'm working with there.
Quick question.
Yeah.
This is the first overall ranked team, right? I'm willing to bet that he's 0-3 because he's
definitely 0-2.
CD, Drake London, like Hampton.
He
had
might
a good,
be 0-3. Honestly,
there's a
AJ Brown was the only one that had a good week this week,
and he's 10th in points for in the first 2 weeks. Are you trying to get one of these high end because he has multiple 27 firsts, so like
he's looking at a potential.
It's a
rebuild.
good team, but
he's kind of coming out of it, I guess.
Yeah, would you be trying to get one of these higher end pieces, or are you just?
Why would this team sell? Why would this team sell? I mean, this team's set up for.
We're assuming they're 0-3 because they're already 0-2, and looking at this team, Genty didn't have a good week. Brees didn't have a good week. Dak didn't. Drake London didn't. Like
I wouldn't panic. I would not panic at all if I had this team at 0-3. Definitely with the bottom teams. Again, listen, starting 0-3 is completely different in Dynasty compared to redraft, right? Because you have teams that are deliberately tanking. If you have a strong team, it just didn't work out in your favor. It was a couple of duds. Like, I mean, if this guy wants to panic, you could try. But like, what are we offering here to like even get one of these guys? The problem is the team that we have, we don't have the ammo without cutting our legs out to get something done. And I don't think our team structure is meant to do that. Our team looks I think our team looks better than it did when we first looked at it. Like a lot of Romo Dunze looks significantly better. Pearsall just had a nice breakout game there this week. And Juwan Jennings went out.
Do we?
Yeah, I thought we did.
I think we have JSN.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we don't have Dunze. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the other team that you had out there. I don't know what we're going to I don't think we have the bullets to take a shot at a big time piece is what I'm saying. Like without like a lateral move. Like, and I think our team kind of came together the way, like, I think it came, like, and listen, Jerry Judy's been an absolute dud. DJ Moore just scored a touchdown, had a solid game, redeemed by the touchdown. That offense will be, I think, outside of Romo Dunze, you're gonna have a lot of roller coaster rides behind him. I was wrong on DJ Moore being the number one guy, but our running back room looks significantly better. Our receiving room looks pretty solid. I don't know what we have to offer. Out, like you said, I mean, first of all, we had to give our 27 first, and I don't know. Like, the only young guys we have that are interested, like the rebuilding team, are JSN and Ladd McConkey, and we're not moving those guys, right?
Yeah, as much as I like CeeDee Lamb, I don't know at this point that I could give Ladden a first for CD.
No, not for this team struggling. And like you said, I hope that team keeps free falling, because we could beat that team, right? Like the way, Ashton Genty, his passing game has been non-existent so far.
Yeah, no targets this week.
Yeah, his running backfield share dropped again this week. It was kind of taking a step back, which is kind of sad. And our team has gotten better with the Scattaboo news and Jalen Warren news. Like our running back room has gotten stronger. And then with the Najee Harris Achilles injury, that news got significantly better. So our team is actually better after week 2 than it was before. So like I kind of feel
on the other team. I forget.
Hampton's on the first team.
Oh, it was on the first team. Sorry. His situation got better. Sorry. Our situation is looking really good, because Gibbs still hasn't even hit his peak yet. Like, he hasn't really gotten the flow of things in this new offense. So for me, guys, like, I feel like this, for a roster rescue, this team in the situation it is right now has the right amount of depth and just the right players to make a championship caliber push. And I'm not going to take it. I'm okay with what you said, Garrett. Like, if there's a path to upgrade my quarterback situation by moving Burrow in a 1 QB league, I'm all in on that. And I would even include, like, hey man, if you want to stay young, I'll give you Burrow and Dart for like one of those guys. If I can get young on one of those guys, I have no problem doing that as well. And then that gives me Bo Nix, Trevor Lawrence as well. Like, I don't like having 4 QBs on my roster in a 1 QB league. Like, it's like, because they're basically essentially roster cloggers, because you're always going to start Joe Burrow when he's healthy for the most part, unless he gets hurt like here, and you can't cut him, right? Like, you're just waiting for that right opportunity to trade him. But like right now, you're the guy who has Joe Burrow, who has all the depth, so nobody can even offer you the guy. So it's like it's a backward step. So if I could offload those guys and kind of like slim out my quarterback room, that's fine. But I'm really optimistic about the Cam Scattaboo news. I feel really comfortable with Jalen Warren as my running back 3, or Cam Scattaboo, my flex as well. And then you have Kareem Hunt, Ray Davis, Caleb Johnson, guys with some depth back there that could offer some upside if their guy goes down. Your tight end room looks great. Dalton Kincaid, again, seeing a heavy target share coming up this week. Should have 3 touchdowns. Didn't. That's okay, boo. Outside of that, Garrett, I mean, I feel really comfortable with this roster. I mean, could our third receiver be significantly better? But they do. To be fair, this is how like teams work out. If our third receiver was better, like, this team is fantastic. There's nothing you ever have to do. But if DK Metcalf is your 3rd or 4th receiver,
he's been playing well too.
Yeah. And honestly, dude, you're probably going to bench again, I'm putting Cortland Sutton in over DJ Moore for sure. Now your team looks really good. And then on the bye weeks, I'm probably slipping in Cam Scattaboo as my
That's what I was going to say right now. I'm putting Cam Scattaboo over DJ Moore as well.
Yeah, definitely. If Tracy's gonna miss some time with that shoulder injury, I'm probably going to start Scattaboo over Cortland Sutton. But I do like having that Bo Nix Sutton stack as well. And Sutton's been really good. Let me see where Sutton is on the year real quick.
He had a bad week 2, which is going to tank him a little bit. He only had 1 catch in week 2, but he had real good week 1 and week 3.
Yeah, you're right. 18.1 points in week 1, 1.6 in week 2, 23.8. Currently says wide receiver 18 overall. So outlier week.
But even
2.
just a normal week, like a 10-point week, would put him inside the top 12.
Yeah, 100%. If you added 9 more points to him, he's looking right around. He'd be right around wide receiver 11, because I'm on Rob Brown is there now. He hasn't played yet, so he's gonna bump up. And honestly, like, I mean, if you look at Jamar Chase week 1 with Joe Burrow, 4.6, 36.5 last week, 8.9. Consistability, man. It's what I'm looking for here. It's a thing that's always been an issue. Yeah, man, I like this. I think going back to this roster, Garrett, I feel pretty comfortable where it is.
Yep.
Try to do the quarterback room. Good job. I feel better. And I'll say this. I feel much better about this roster now than I did when we first looked at it.
Absolutely. And just to kind of tie a bow on this, last thing is Save that first and 27 and that first and 28. No need to move those now. Use those for, hey, I'm crushing this season, and dang, I just got a devastating injury. Yeah. That's when you use those.
Yeah, that's your safety net, that 27 first. It's highly valuable. And wait till after this year, it's going to get even more valuable. Like we're going to see an exponential rise in those picks. We've been preaching over here at Dynasty to buy 27 first for over a year now. 12 months in, trying to get ahead of it. We've been completely bypassed the 26 class. We're starting to see a little bit more momentum that way as well. Definitely from even draft analysts. I've seen some people come out and mention a 27 class, how nasty it looks. So yeah, 100% keeping that back. But overall, great job. Like the roster. And I think you have put yourself up into contention to be a dynasty champion in 2025.
One more question with this roster, though. So Caleb Johnson's on here. We've hit on him a few times, but if someone comes along with like a late 26 second, are you trading him for that? Or what are you doing with Johnson?
No, why would you move on? The worst thing you do is overreact after a couple of weeks, and a guy you took in the late first, high second, they'll like completely take that value back after just 3 games. Like, you got to sit out. Listen, Aaron Rodgers will not be on this team next year, most likely, right? There's probably gonna be a run heavy first next year. Caleb Johnson's he's a young kid. He's got to get experience. A lot of his stuff has been mental mistakes as well. They just extended Jaylen Warren. They're kind of proving their point there. The team's doing okay. I am not bailing after 3 weeks.
And Mike Tomlin's one of those old school coaches as well, kind of more like a Bill Belichick type of guy. And let's remember, it wasn't Sony Michel. It was who was the other running back? The Alabama, Damian Harris. Damian Harris did not see the field year one. Literally, like he was a 3rd round pick, I believe. Did not see the field year one. Year 2, full starter, got all the touches in year 2. Like sometimes coaches will just do that and say, like, hey, I believe in this kid. I think he's got talent, but I don't think he's ready, and he's going to wait until he is ready. So
and rookies too. Like, I mean, if you go back, look at all the good studs now. Go look at like Devon Achane and all these other guys. Their first 4 to 5 weeks in the league and the numbers they were putting up, like they weren't great at all. Like it takes time for like, the biggest mistake you can make, Pete, is something you said, like, oh, you're disappointed and you overreact after a couple of weeks, and to be honest with you, sometimes even a year, right? Like you overreact over a year in dynasty fantasy football. Like, not everybody hits the ground and is just a stud right away. Like those are more outliers than not, and sometimes it's even false, right? Like you mentioned, like Brian Thomas comes out year 1, he's wide receiver 4. And right now, like he's not even going to sniff wide receiver 1, be a wide receiver 1. Like, and people want to skyrocket up. He looks great. And I like Brian Thomas still as a long-term asset, but like you want the guys that like, you want the Amon-Ra St. Browns, right? Those are what are we looking for? Like year in and year out, but like, not every, like even Amon-Ra St. Brown, people just don't explode onto the scene as these studs. Like the NFL is a very hard
week
game.
11 or so to be a thing.
This is a hard game to learn. Like there's so much you have to learn as a rookie coming in, and running back is the easiest, but you have to learn protections. You have to learn the plays. You have to learn that, hey, when you kick out the football, it's a live ball and not let it go in the end zone, and when you do,
I couldn't believe he was even back there to begin with.
But dude, and when you make mental mistakes, coaches are going to punish you for it, right? No different than like, hey, if you're a Trevion Henderson owner, you're pretty ecstatic that you saw Ramondre Stevenson fumble it twice, and then Antonio Gibson fumble it once. Ramonde's had some fumbling issues. What happened in the second half? Trevion got most of all the carries, right? Because that's what's going to happen. If you in the NFL, there is no excuse for errors, right? No gets away with the errors, the absolute elite. Tyreek Hill can go off script because he makes stuff happen. He's a superstar before. That's why. If not, you get benched. Same thing, like Aaron Rodgers knows, like, this is probably his last year. He doesn't have time for a rookie like Caleb Johnson to come in and make these mistakes. Like, he's not going to have that, right? They're going to execute this offense. NFL coaches demand excellence. And that's what you have to perform. These people get paid millions of dollars to perform at a high level. Marvin Harrison's got to catch the football, but Marvin Harrison's going to get way more slack. I promise you, if that was somebody else out there, right? If that was Trey Tucker out there dropping those balls in the end zone and wide open broken coverages down 30 yards downfield, they're going to be benched and not put back out there, but when teams are invested in these high players, like top first round picks. So they get a longer leash. Michael Penix has a longer leash because of the bed they made. Guys like Caleb Johnson, who's a third round pick after extending Jaylen Warren, does not have that luxury. He's have to get his bumps and his bruises. But that doesn't mean you make those moves. Quite the opposite, Pete. A savvy dynasty owner, and one of my favorite things to do out there is I like to find people that overreact. I like people that want to sell players. I mean, Pete, look at example for what you and I did last year. Like Ladd McConkey wasn't performing at a high level. Like, so I went in and I made an offer for him and you sold him and then he was wide receiver 1. Like those are mistakes that you come
Luke
back.
McCaffrey, 11-point game.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, and you got picks for it too, but it just, when you overreact, those are the mistakes that you make that haunt you from a dynasty level long term, that it's hard to recover because you can't find those players, right? Like, and I'm not saying Ladd McConkey's elite. Like, he has to come out and be a wide receiver 1 again. Maybe he's a high-end wide receiver 2 forever, and sometimes he's a wide receiver 1. But there's still championship caliber players. You have to let situations play out and not overreact. Sometimes you make drastic moves when you have to try to compete. Like we talked about that last team selling to Joe Burrow, right? Like, I'm in a league where I took advantage of that. The person that had Joe Burrow, Dynasty Calc League, I have Pat Mahomes. My team is not a contender. I know that he's back-to-back champion. I know he wants to win, so I know he will overpay. So I traded Pat Mahomes and like another pick, and I got Joe Burrow and a 27 first. He didn't want to give that, and I was like, listen, if you want Pat Mahomes, this is the offer. And we went back and forth. I was like, I'm not budging on this. So, like, it's just about finding windows and being a smart dynasty owner. It's why we have the dynasty GM and the tools, right? To make sure you're making those kind of right decisions. Mm-hmm. But overreacting, especially on rookies, could be a very, very bad mistake that can cost you drastically down the road.
So you one of the reasons why I asked this is because that's where he's going for that in our trade browser right now. So are you actively trying to just to buy him up for a mid to late 26 second, or
I would happily buy Caleb Johnson for a late 26 second. Happily. And honestly, I don't even care. And say for somebody to say, hey man, say 2 years from now, Caleb Johnson was just a complete bust. He busted out. And somebody's like, oh, nice trade. I got over it. Yeah. Okay. You did. I play Dynasty knowing I'm not going to win every trade that I'm going to miss. But I'm going to keep, I say it all the time, you have to swing for the fences, right? To try and grab those values. And the opposite side, sometimes you're going to trade and you're going to get you're going to hit a home run. You're going to get the Devon Achane. You're going to get the guy that I'm on Ross St. Brown. I'm going to get the Ladd McConkey because he didn't produce right away. Right.
And when we look at what the hit rate of a late second is, we're looking at around 15%.
Yeah.
Do you think Caleb Johnson has at least a 15% chance to hit? I think so.
I agree. I'd easily pay that. And with no expectations of him whatsoever, except for the upside that he's a third round pick on the Steelers that are probably going to reset their franchise next season.
Real quick reminder, if you want to submit your roster, you want to do what you just saw right there. Scan that QR code. First person to do it today, we're going to give a free year.
We actually just got one.
Oh,
we got
never mind,
Keith.
You missed your chance. You can still do it. You just won't get the free year now.
Yep. So I'm getting that transferred over. Are you wanting to answer Bazooka's question?
Yeah, why not? Bazooka says Burrow and Brian Thomas Jr. for May and T-Mac. And similarly, Kev was just asking about, are we buying Brian Thomas low in Dynasty or not? Where are we at on him? So that he's in this question. So May's a really interesting one because I had somebody recently talk to me about Drake May as well in a Joe Burrow deal. And I said, depending on the cost, I'm very interested in acquiring Drake May. I've been encouraged with what I've seen out of him and his fantasy points wise. Let me look, but I believe he is in the top 6 or 7 of fantasy point leaders right now.
I haven't been as encouraged about Drake May from a quarterback level. I love it.
He's number 5
rushing
right
ability.
Now.
Yeah, I know. I like his rushing ability. Again, he's real young. I like his long-term upside. I'm not freaking out about Drake May. I've had some concerns. This trade for me is very simple. If I'm a contender and I need a quarterback, then I'm easily making this trade because I think swapping out May for Burrow isn't a drastic step. And honestly, I feel like trading Brian Thomas Jr. for Ted McMillan is a lateral move pretty much as well from a dynasty perspective. So I have no problem with this trade whatsoever. You get younger at quarterback, and your receivers are pretty much a swap here. So I have no problem. Like, to me, I would say, which side do you like? I don't think this is. You could easily make an argument either way, and I guess the safer side would be May, because honestly, from a hurt perspective, Burrow's been hurt every other year of missing significant time. So if it's super flex, like when he's on the field, he's as elite as it gets. Joe Burrow is an elite quarterback, but you got to be on the field, man.
And honestly, I look at T-Mac and Brian Thomas Jr. in the same tier.
Yep,
I see these guys in the same tier, both young players, both guys that I think have really good upside, but both in situations and on teams that you're like, they're kind of in a very similar spot. So yeah, do you need to win this year? Go for May. If you want to maybe try to capitalize on a little bit of value, then Burrow's the side.
If I had to pick a side, Garrett, like gun to my head, like, hey, pick a side. There's no like it's Rich. Don't give me the chalk answer. It's 50-50. I would take the May and T-Mac side.
I think I would as well. All right. Do we oh, I think you're muted, Pete.
Yep, I was. Max was asking about if he just sends us his credentials with ESPN. Does that work? Are we able to do that? I'm trying to figure
I think
that
the
out
ESPN teams, they log into the GM, right?
Yeah, ESPN's GM compatible.
We have to do the add-on. I'm trying to figure that out right now.
Okay.
But worst case scenario, Max, what you could do is, if you wanted to today, because I think that might just take a little bit to get set up. If you want to do that today, you could you can do the nuke, and then you could email me screenshots of your team. And then we could go over it today.
Okay. Well, yeah, whatever you want to do, Pete. I'm good with it. All right. Do we want to pull up the next? All right. We got that nuke. So, guy here, who is this? Who do we got?
This is Keith.
Keith. All right.
Keith
just got a free year of the GM.
Boom. Fully willing to tear this team down. Haven't got any traction. Anytime I mention in chat, I'm willing to deal or put a guy on the block. 5 more guys that do the same thing, and it gets buried. Yikes. He's looking for specific targets and offers to get things moving.
All right. So this is somewhat of a trade strategy question here. What I like to do is, if I'm in a situation where maybe I'm new to a league, or maybe it's similar to this, where it's just like nobody wants to make a move, no one wants to trade, nobody wants to, I will do an auction of a player. Now, here's basically how it works for me is I will, what's up, Keith? What I will do is I will set a minimum bid. I will say, hey, the minimum bid for X player. So let's say we were going to auction off Kyler Murray. The minimum bid in a super flex tight end premium is a first round pick. Let's say that's what it is. And then I will say, whoever gives me the best offer in the next 24 hours at or above a first round pick, and you could set whatever the level is, we'll get them. And then what I'll do is, as I get offers, I will make a leaderboard, and I will say, hey, John just, and I won't say exactly what it is, but John just made me an offer. It was a really good offer. He's the number 1 team right now. And then Billy comes in and he makes an offer, and he kind of tried to lowball. And I'm like, Billy just sent me an offer as well, but not as good as John. So he's number 2 right now. And it gets people thinking like, well, what did he offer? Maybe I just want to see where my offer would stack up compared to these guys. So then Sam sends an offer, and it's kind of right in between, and you put him in second, and you go back and forth like that. It's a way. You can't do it all the time, and people will get exhausted with it. But every once in a while, it's a good way to do it, to kind of get the ball rolling and get people moving and trading. Rich, what do you think of something like that?
I mean, yeah, I'm not going to argue against it. It's not a terrible way to get the ball rolling. I feel like it's a little early to just give away players auction style in the year.
I'll do it at any time of year, preseason, in season.
Yeah, no, I get it. I've seen you do it, and that's totally fine. Like, I don't hate that strategy at all, and it's a sound strategy. Can we so in contender mode, obviously we see team 4 needs a quarterback right out the gates. So that's a nice place to get there. I'm all for like getting blown up. I think your best return so far. I haven't seen anything on this roster yet. We haven't gone through the roster. Mario and Hampton is going to be now post Najee. That going to get way better as a season. I think right around week 6, 7, 8, you probably will get a haul for Hampton. He's the one that's going to really kind of excel your rebuild because you're going to get multiple firsts for him, and one of those important leagues to be 2027. Pete, can we get off of contender mode real quick? Can you put us in dynasty mode, and can we go through this roster real quick? I want to see where we are, draft capital and whatnot. So I know we have Kyler Murray, JJ McCarthy, and Trevor Lawrence here. Fine, I'm all about moving Kyler Murray or Trevor Lawrence, preferably. Yeah, Kyler Murray probably give us a better return. We have Kyle Monungai, okay, Kareem Hunt, but honestly, we only have running back here. It's Mario and Hampton. Our receivers now. Oh, okay.
This is why we're as high as we are.
Okay.
And Max, really fast, I realized what you asked, and yes, we can do that. So let me know if you have any more questions, but we'll be able to do that. Because his team is already synced up with the GM, so he'll just give us the GM credentials.
Easy.
And then I'll log in.
Perfect. Can we go down and see our draft capital, please?
So it looks like we have all of our own picks, and we haven't made any draft pick moves.
All right, can we go back up?
Yep.
All right, Gary, I feel differently all of a sudden.
Okay. Lay it on me.
Why are we blowing this up? We need more so. Listen, our quarterback room is killing us right
That's
now.
the thing. Like I would be open to selling, not McCarthy, because still a rookie, super short sample size. Am I concerned?
Yeah.
Sure. But just not smart to sell him now. But Kyler Murray and Trevor Lawrence are still good enough quarterbacks that they're going to fetch you something. But I'm to the point with both of those guys where, like, I just don't think either one is going to be a difference maker.
I agree. Listen, I agree. And I'm still in JJ McCarthy, but I think there's a path here. We can make this team better way quicker than a blow up. I really like our receiving room. Can you go back down, Pete, please? We definitely need a running back, but I really like our receiving room. I like it a lot. That's a strong room. And Trey McBride at tight end really gives us an edge. We have all our draft capital. Hampton's about to take a big step forward. I wouldn't mind using our draft capital and Kyler Murray and just trying to. I would try to see if we could upgrade our running back room.
I would be open to that as well. The other thing that I would be very open to is, can I get some maybe less sexy quarterbacks that are a little bit older? And can I get those pluses where I gain some draft capital to where I might not be the truest contender this year, but it gives me all that extra to move up in the draft next year or to trade for some other veterans to help us push in if we get to that point.
Yeah, let me explain, Max, too, because like for you to want to blow this up, it's a way premature blow up because you have all your receiving core is not old and it's talented. You have one really talented high draft pick at running back, and you have one of the elite tight ends. Like you have a path here. JJ McCarthy kind of hits. You need running back room help, but running back's the most fluid, easiest position to get on your roster, especially when you have all your draft capital like you do. I might be even willing to move like a Justin Jefferson for like what's like a tier down potentially to upgrade my running back room. I much prefer like trying to move a quarterback. What sucks is your quarterbacks are like hard trade quarterbacks. Like nobody really wants those guys. They were hard to trade before. So, but draft capital is easiest thing to look here. So if we look at contender mode, Pete, now, like, can you go to team 4 real quick? Who needs quarterback help? Like, okay, this guy needs quarterback help. And look at that running back room.
Yeah, I don't know if the right move is there though.
No,
I mean, they have like 5 starting quarterbacks now. Flacco, Cousins, Wentz.
Cousins is not starter yet. They're not gonna put Kirk Cousins back in to start. Wentz is short-lived, very short-lived, because I think JJ will be back sooner than later. And you're right, the running back room is not perfect here. But man, I would like to buy the dip on RJ Harvey for the guy he's not starting here. Like, so like you mentioned, Garrett, like, can we get some draft capital as well?
Mm-hmm.
Can I give him Kyler Murray for RJ Harvey and his 27 first? And like, even though I probably have to give a little bit more on top, but this guy probably can we see this guy's receivers? Yeah, he's a contender and he feels it right now. What's his record? What's his team name?
He's 3-1 right now.
So he's three. Yeah. So he
in points for.
He probably wants a receiver here. He probably feels pretty good about a quarterback here. RJ Harvey is a good buy right now. Can we offer him, Garrett, Kyler Murray in a third for RJ Harvey in a 27 first?
I would be open to doing that. And I usually do not like trades where I give up a quarterback and don't get one back. But with the extra draft capital, I'm okay with that because we're getting draft capital to get ourselves a quarterback in the future. So I think I would be okay making that move.
Yeah, he said he'll be 5-1 too. So he's probably getting by with Flacco, but he has to see the right on the wall. Like all the reports out of Cleveland, like they almost thought about starting Dylan Gabriel this week. From here in Cleveland is what they're reporting, and they didn't. He could use a young Kyler Murray on his roster. And now, listen, we don't have. What I would ask back here is I would ask for Carson Wentz as well, because Carson Wentz is now the backup to
give us the backup. Yeah,
to JJ McCarthy. So we give us two starters. We put RJ Harvey on here, and listen, RJ Harvey right now isn't going to give you the numbers that's going to make a big difference to your roster drastically, but it gives you somebody to start right now. Yeah. That's the big thing. The more important.
I would like to real quick when you're done with your thought there, Rich. I'd like to look at some of these bottom teams because they have a lot of contender value at quarterback. So I'm curious what quarterbacks they have. Are they some older guys or are they just truly elite studs? So I
just want to finish my thought on this real quick with this team here. What this also does, Garrett, is by us this is all. Remember, all these trades we say are if we can make this trade happen, right? So you're giving up a third, you're getting 27 first back, you're getting RJ Harvey, and you're getting that 27 first. Now, what this does and puts us in position, we have RJ Harvey, we got a Mario Hampton, we got Carson Wentz, JJ McCarthy, and Trevor Lawrence. Now we have 227 first, right? Now this puts us in position to go down to some of these bottom level teams, and now we can move our 26 first for even more running back depth, because now we're more insulated in our draft capital. We think our 26 first is going to be a little bit later with the addition of RJ Harvey. Now we can go use our 21st, 6th first, and our 26th second, to buy running back depth. Those are two different pieces you could buy with that draft capital. And then now our running back room could have 4 players compared to, and our future draft capital isn't hurt as much because we have those 227 first.
Exactly. So let's look at team 11 and 12 here, Pete.
Yeah.
All right. So they have some young quarterbacks. I don't know that there's a move to be made there, and they want those running backs. They desperately need receiver. So there might not be a move there. What about team 11?
I wonder if a non-savvy owner, if you offer the right receiver for Trevion, that would be great. If we go back there, so he needs receiver help, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's our receivers again? If I could say I could build up, Ricky Pearsall just had a really big week, right? If I could move Ricky Pearsall in my first for Trevion, I'd be interested in that. If I could move George Pickens in my first for Trevion, I'd be interested in that. And it sounds like it could be a slight overpay where you're going to, but you really need a running back help. And I still believe in Trevion fully.
Trevion's a good buy right now because his value is depressed.
100%. And with those fumbles in New England, with the 2 fumbles from Ramondre Stevenson and Antonio Gibson, again, accountability. I get to see Henderson's role start to expand. I always expected his role to expand right around week 5. This might expedite a little bit. If I could buy immediately the dip here, again, Pearsall just had a big week. He's a young receiver. I would send him 2 offers right away. My 26th first in Pearsall, my 26th first in George Pickens, and if he wants to accept for Trevion Henderson, and see if I can buy that dip, because you need the running back help more than the receiving help. And there's not going to be a running back in Henderson's class next year in 26 anyways. So I have no problem slightly overpaying in some people's eyes. I don't even think it's an overpay, but I have no problem what some people might see as a slight overpay with how those guys are young for the young running back. I would start there with that roster Garrett, for those running
I
backs.
would be
He's
open
not
to
going to
that
want.
as well.
He's not going to want to move those guys, but he's already doing bad. He's getting a 26th first, and he's getting a young receiver, his biggest hole. It'd be stupid to hold on those running backs anyways, and Trevian has not produced for him. Sometimes there's owners, like I said, like Pete said before, like, oh, dude, what have you done for me lately? I'm going to move off him. Wow, Pearsall just had a really good game. That was a great over-the-shoulder catch he had down the sideline.
And with that, it was there's a lot of like yellow flags in that because no Juwan Jennings, no George Kittle, and it was with Mac Jones and not Brock Purdy, who we saw him last year kind of really keying on the wide receiver one, Brian Thomas. So not that I don't like Ricky Pearsall. I genuinely do, but it's hard to know how much we can trust that.
And Ayuk's only a few weeks away from returning.
Exactly.
So I would love to. I would have no problem doing Pickens. Pickens looks good too, but that's an offer too that I'm sending out right away to see if I can start to massage that for that running back because you can give it the running back. I know we're looking at quarterbacks, but I just saw that and that's an offer.
Well, here's the quarterback move I want to make, Rich. Let's go to team 11 here. And on paper, people are not going to love this at first, but this team is a rebuilding team. I would easily give Trevor Lawrence for Jared Goff. This is a rebuilding team. You say, hey, you can get younger with Trevor Lawrence. And look, I play Dynasty in 3-year windows. Jared Goff has much more than a 3-year window. And so I would much rather get the safe, steady, solid asset. And then I've got my upside guys and JJ McCarthy and then whoever we draft. But now this gives us a baseline starter that we did not really have much of before. So for me, if I could just make a seemingly lateral move to Jared Goff from Trevor Lawrence, I would love to do that.
Can we scroll down his receivers? This team is receivers. Just want to see we have a stack to offer. No, we don't. Yeah, I'd be okay. Oh, I'm 100% okay with moving off Trevor Lawrence for Jared Goff. I would do that easily, very easily.
Yep, and I'm selling the age thing. That's what I'm trying to sell to him.
Yeah, I would do that one. Team 10. Let's see where they're at quarterback wise. Love the idea. Not happening. All right.
No deal to be made there.
Okay, here I would
might.
Yeah, I would easily offer Trevor Lawrence or Kyler Murray for Brock Purdy straight up because he's not playing right now, and this guy could use another quarterback. Obviously, I would Purdy might come back this week. I'm offering that right out the gate as well, almost more so than that other offer that we made. If I can get Purdy to be fair, I would have made that offer the moment Purdy was ruled out last week. I would have made that offer for either one of those, Trevor Lawrence or Kyler Murray for Brock Purdy. Kyler Murray might get you a bite on that. I can see that as a potential deal there.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've given you like 3 or 4 quarterback ones. We've given you 2 running back ones to potentially go after.
Can you go back
as
to
well?
teammate?
So I think.
Go back. Sorry. Go back. This guy just lost. Hold on.
Just lost James Conner.
So he's got to be complete reset.
T. Higgins is in a bad spot. The only guy doing anything for him right now is Rome Odunze, and then to some extent Quinshon Judkins.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering. That's what I'm looking at, Garrett. Like I'm wondering if like with the loss of James Conner, he's got to feel like this, and he's got and T. Higgins looking like a dud with no Burrow. He's got to feel like a complete reset. Like, could we offer?
He doesn't even have a starting quarterback at the moment.
Yeah, I know. That's
James
what I'm
Daniels
saying.
is out.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Garrett, what I'm thinking here is like, is there a path? So I know I want to do that Trevian offer, right? But here's another. Like, can we offer him Kyler Murray? I would offer this dude Kyler Murray because again, he's feeling it right now. Already, he's thinking like, all right, I'm gonna have a high draft pick. I would offer him Kyler Murray, our first, second, and third round pick for Quinshon Judkins and Brock Purdy.
I would have zero issue with that at all. Zero issue.
Because what you're going to do is you're going to put all the sprinkles on top by offering that second and third on top, and you're going to get right now who's produced as the best rookie running back, Quinshon Judkins, and you're getting a much better quarterback in Brock Purdy. Like Brock Purdy's been a quarterback one every time he's taken a snap. So that I would love to see if I could try that offer as well. This team is obviously in desperation mode of not trying to like fix anything, but like he should be trying to get draft capital. So
he should be. And I'm even willing to look at some like because he's not moving Drake London or Roma Dunze. They're not going anywhere on his team. But T. Higgins might, and I get it. T. Higgins is in a tough way this year with the current situation. I want to see how much this guy's panicking and just what does he cost? Because it might still be market value, and I'm like, nah. But there might be other people that are like, dude, I just got to get him off my roster. He's an older player. He's not going to perform this year. I just got to get him off my roster.
Yeah,
so
see, I don't want to jeopardize. I don't want to jeopardize a deal that I'm really trying to get. Like, we don't need a receiver, so I understand.
This is a separate deal. This is a separate deal.
Yeah, that's fine. But like, I'm really trying to attack that Brock Purdy, Quinshon Judkins move there, and I would love to roll forward. You'd be real thin at running back, man. But like, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm rocking those two and get me where I need to go. If you can make that move too, I love that deal if it can get done. It's just every owner's gonna be different.
So yeah, lots of offers out there that you could potentially take a look at. But I think you catch the vibe of which direction we're trying to go. So, Pete, what do we got next?
Before that game, I want to go back to the base of the last team real quick. Remember, he said, I'm totally willing to blow this team up. I don't think that's the direction you should go in. So I want to start there. The circle back. Like, oh, remember we were like, oh, let's start blowing this up. I don't think that I'd flip the script and I would try to make my team better.
There we go.
Ooh, there we go. So this is Max, and a little bit of context because this is an ESPN league. Okay. He has traded both. Let's see. I'm the only person to have traded a 2026 pick aside from another team. He traded away both his first and second, and he cannot trade any 2027 seconds. So he doesn't have his first or second 2022 pick on this team.
Okay. In 26, right?
Yes. It's a 1 quarterback, 12 team start 11.
All right. So this is what I see a lot out of ESPN leagues. We tend to have some smaller rosters. So you have to be a little more nuanced in how you attack some of these smaller roster situations. First move is to talk to your league about getting larger rosters.
Yeah, what is going on here?
Is to try to get them to move to sleeper and get off ESPN. But those are your first two moves. But then actually addressing this team, this is a PPR league, 1 QB, Caleb Williams, Dak Prescott, Justin Fields. Running backs, we have Christian McCaffrey, J.K. Dobbins, Jalen Wright, Woody Marks, Kyle Monangai. Wide receiver, Jamar Chase, Lad McConkey, Romo Dunze, Cooper Kupp, Christian Kirk. Tight ends, we've got Tyler Warren, David Njoku, Mark Andrews. We are in third place in dynasty mode. In contender mode, we are also in third place. Rich, you look puzzled.
No, first of all,
he also has Travis Hunter. The GM app is just not showing it for some reason.
Okay. I have to. Can we see the free agents in this league? Is it an option?
I was going to bring that up. Actually, that's
yeah. Dude, like
Ja'Cory Kresge-Merritt's a free agent.
Okay, I'm adding Ja'Cory.
I wonder if that's another glitch too.
Yeah, it has to be. There's no way.
There's no way he's not rostered.
I'm adding Ollie Gordon, and I'm making some cuts here. Like, can we go down a little bit?
Let's find a couple people and then say who we would cut from his team.
Keep going down. I mean, I would expect it to even be deeper than this because
it is 12 teams. So
yeah, hold on. Slow down a little bit, Pete. I can't read as fast as you're scrolling. Keaton Mitchell. All right, you can still go now.
Kendra Miller, and LaQuint Allen, I would probably both have over Tank Bigsby at this point, who is on our roster and also is on this for some reason.
All right, go back up. Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm all in on Bill Kresge-Merritt if I can get that as well on my roster. I'm surprised there's not more talent for how shallow that league is. Like, I'm really kind of like a little taken aback. There's not even more. Like, okay, Christian Kirk just established himself coming back. This was his first week back. Christian Kirk really established himself as the number 2 target in that offense. So he's on there. Cooper Kupp is cuttable on your roster. Okay. So there's an app glitch. Okay. You don't have future first. Your running back room is super light, man. Who did he trade his first for?
I wonder if that was maybe a Jamar Chase move or a Roma Dunze move, and he might have traded it last year, Pete. He might not have even done it this year. So
that's true.
I don't know for sure.
I'll poke around while you guys go over the rest of the roster.
Okay.
So our team, I mean, I would look to, if I could, tear down from Jamar Chase.
I think this might be a soft reset situation for me. Not a hard reset, but a soft reset situation, because I'm looking at this team, and right now at quarterback, we have Caleb Williams. I think Caleb Williams is going to be a good long-term asset. Still going to be a little iffy week to week, but long-term I feel really good. Running back, obviously Christian McCaffrey's good, but everybody and their mama's getting hurt in San Francisco. Like, they just lost Joey Bosa too. Like, I don't know what they're feeding these guys or what the training room's doing, but like at this point, if I don't think I am the truest of true contenders, I do want to move off that landmine that is Christian McCaffrey. Jamar Chase is not going to help us this year like he was before, and Lad McConkey's scuffling a little bit. So we have some assets here, like a Dak Prescott, potentially like a Justin Fields, although I'd hold till his days get better. Christian McCaffrey. Then even at the tight end position, Mark Andrews, David Njoku. Like, we have some assets for maybe a soft reset to where Jamar Chase is back with Joe Burrow. And we're getting like kind of back to normal with some of our other pieces. I think I would rather get out from Christian McCaffrey unless I think I can win it this year.
Yeah, I like to tear down from Christian McCaffrey. I'd be willing to tear down from Jamar Chase too for depth here. Both of them are options. I don't. Matt Stafford's a free agent. Like, I don't think we're getting a ton for any of our quarterbacks. I mean, honestly, Justin Fields is almost cuttable if he's not going to play. But let's look. Let's start in contender mode. Let's start at the top, Pete, for the people that are going to need to help first.
Jonathan Taylor, Chase. I'd love to see the teams with some of these rookie running backs that people are panicking on.
Yeah, I mean, Drake London would be a perfect right now person to tear down from Jamar Chase for, but he doesn't have the depth at running back to give it to us.
Mm-hmm. Wait, go back a team real quick, Pete. Go back to 6. I'm curious what this team thinks. This wouldn't help us at running back, but Marvin Harrison is obviously a very, very depressed asset right now.
Like last night, we were asked. I tagged Garrett in this, but Luther Burden or Marvin Harrison Jr. Like, that's
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, but that's like how far like some people are.
I get it.
Are viewing his value.
What are we gonna like? I don't feel comfortable in a soft rebuild going here. Like, what are we gonna get? I mean, are you thinking a Christian McCaffrey offer for Marvin Harrison Jr.? Is that what you're thinking, Garrett?
I was thinking something like that, and then give us a pick as well or something like that.
Oh wow, now you're being really greedy.
Yeah, if people are gonna ask us Luther Burden or Marvin Harrison Jr., yeah, I'm gonna be capitalizing on that.
Yeah, he really needs a running back here.
Keep going down, Pete.
He had the feel too, like
Scadaboo and Ted.
And like with these shallow rosters, Marvin Harrison Jr. loses a lot of value because he's not startable for a competing team right now.
No,
right?
Right, that's correct. Well, Rich, would you do that? This was just off the top of the dome, and we were talking in the other show on how high we still are on Cam Scadaboo. Would you trade CMC for Tet McMillan and Cam Scadaboo?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If you go back to the last one, Pete, Team 7 there.
I don't think
that would be one that I would be interested in doing, because right now Cam Scadaboo is not actually starting for him. So he might be willing to do that. It would leave him a little shallow at receiver. So that would probably be his holdup. But we'd have to CMC.
We'd have to give him a receiver back.
All right. Cooper Kupp and CMC. That
owner would be so stupid to accept that trade.
They might do it though. And not everyone's as high on Cam Scatterbo as we are.
Yeah, I'd offer it, but there's not a reality lens that I could see somebody accepting that, not giving up on Tet. I mean, he probably took Tet really high in this league. It's PPR, so he's a really high draft pick. They're former first round pick. It's hard to usually get those guys, everyone they're producing. He's never just at a high level. And outside that, like he's clear stud. The top contender team offered London, Chase Brown, Laporta, and a second for Chase.
Ooh.
It's the Chase Brown that throws me off.
Yeah, I would want something else besides Chase Brown. Go by that team because London was that I was thinking. So this guy wants Chase. So let's start there. I like this.
London. Yeah, he said maybe I can get London and JT somehow. You can get London and JT all day.
Yeah, here's what you're doing. Tell him to keep Chase Brown and tell him to keep Laporta because you're fine at tight end. Like, I believe, right? Or like, hold on.
Yes.
Yeah,
we had Warren, Andrews, Njoku. So
okay. Why don't hold on? Offer him. Here's my counter to him. Because he's offering you Laporta. He obviously feels good with Juwan Johnson. I'm going to offer him back Jamar Chase. Tell him to keep the second. I mean, guys, no, he already offered it, so keep it in there. I want Jonathan. God, it's going to be hard. I want Jonathan Taylor, Drake London. Do we want to go and then because I was willing to offer him Njoku back. Honestly, I would offer him Njoku and Mark Andrews back.
He probably doesn't want it because he has Kittle coming off IR here soon.
Yeah, but he still wants a starter.
Yeah, Sam Laporta.
2 weeks.
Yeah, Sam Laporta. He doesn't.
No,
want
but he
trying
offered
to get rid of tight end.
He offered Sam Laporta though.
Rich is including Laporta in this trade deal still.
Yeah.
Oh, you still want Laporta?
Oh, why not? Dude, listen. He offered London, Chase Brown, Laporta in a second. I just
want London and JT. I don't need anything else.
Garrett, what I'm saying is he offered this right now. So he's obviously willing to give Laporta. Listen, he's on my boat where he hates Chase Brown and he's not like that, where everybody else is really high on him. I'm assuming like a lot of owners are still on Chase Brown. What I'm saying is he's offering Laporta. I would do. He's like, hey, dude, if you want Jonathan Taylor, I'd only do Drake London, Jonathan Taylor. I'm taking that offer. That's not what I'm saying. Like, I'm with you. Like, but he's offering us a second round pick, Laporta, Chase Brown, and London for Chase. So what I'm saying is, I would offer him back Chase and Njoku. Tell him to keep the second. Tell him to keep Chase Brown and see if you do London, Jonathan Taylor, Laporta for Njoku and Chase is what I'm saying.
So
we don't need Laporta, but boy, I like to have him.
Sure. Say the one side again.
Okay. We're giving Jamar Chase and David Njoku, and we're getting back Sam Laporta, Drake London, and Jonathan Taylor.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'll try it. My guess is he'll probably counter and say like, no, I'm not giving Laporta for free. On that.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm totally okay. I'm only mentioning that because he offered Laporta out there, which is weird that he offered. Because, like, honestly, that deal right there, I am not uncomfortable with it.
No, I would easily.
So it was London, Laporta. Was there something else on his side?
Taylor.
And Taylor.
Yeah. And we're offered him Chase and Njoku. What's crazy is I'd give him my second. We don't have a second. Sorry, we gave away our first and second. Yeah,
and I don't think the Laporta, the Njoku side. I think that's unnecessary. Like if you could throw it out and see, but for me, I would settle for that.
And you would settle for that too, right? Or you would settle for it, Rich?
Oh, dude, in a heartbeat, I would say.
More than settle, even. I would give extra to make it happen.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited about that. What I'm saying is he came with a really strong offer for Chase. Like, if he said, no, dude, this is my offer, I'm taking that offer, I guess is the best way to say it for Chase.
Oh, you would do the Chase Brown offer?
I don't hate it. Yeah, because then I'm trying to flip Chase Brown for another running back, like, as soon as possible. I don't like Chase Brown.
I don't know that I would do the original offer.
I want Jonathan Taylor.
Especially when we already have Tyler Warren, David Njoku, and Mark Andrews, like Laporta just seems unnecessary. So I just don't know how we're getting better with that deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is well. Now, I mean, we could trade Laporta if needed. I mean, we'd have way more ammo to like. Now we could offer Chase Brown and Laporta to somebody for a running back. You know, like 2 young assets.
I would love to work in a 3-team deal where we could have Chase Brown and Laporta go to a different team or something and get somebody else's running back in there or something like that.
That's my thing, Garrett. Like, if he's like, what I'm saying is, if he says no, this is the only offer I'm willing to offer. I think now all of a sudden we could take Chase Brown and Laporta, or like even take Chase Brown and Njoku and Andrews, like people that need tight ends, and like, and that second we got and get more running back help. Like I listen, if we take that offer, I
understand the concept. I just hate making trades that need me to make other trades because those don't always work out.
No, I get, and I'm just really high on Drake London too.
Yeah, I get you.
That's another thing. Like I'm really high on Drake London, so like that's why I like that offer so much because we're getting so much on top of it.
Yeah,
and like to me, like, go ahead.
If we got that trade done, how do we stack up against the league? We're a pretty big contender then, right? Because we have CMC, Jonathan Taylor, and then at wide receiver we have London, McConkey, Odunze, Cup.
Yeah, and you're starting Dobbins
and
over
Laporta.
Cup. And no, we're starting Tyler Warren over Laporta.
Okay. Well, I mean, Warren and Laporta are a great tight end room.
Yeah, match up and hot hand and whatever.
Can we go back to like, can we look at the running back depth just to see if there's like a trade we could make for Chase Brown at, say we, like, again, I'm just going to extremes here. Because like you mentioned, Garrett, there's really some depressed running back value right now. So like I think again we could probably, I'm with you. I don't like to have to figure out to make another trade, but at the same time, I don't like to pass up good value either, just because I have to do more work. I'm with you. I think we're on the same page, Garrett. I'm trying to get Jonathan Taylor in that trade and like narrow it down if we can. But if we can't, like again, I would hate to like, all right, well, I'm not like taking this trade just because I have to do more work or like figure it out. Like I think the Chase Brown, like I still think we can move Chase Brown because everybody else like.
And if we take this deal, hypothetically, let's say we take this deal, I would right away to the Travion Henderson owner. I'm offering Chase Brown in the second right away.
Yeah,
right away.
100%, dude. And throwing Mark Andrews on top for some tight end depth for him. You know, like
or
there you go.
or David Njoku or whoever.
Where's Chase? Chase Brown's running. Dude, Chase
he's
Brown's
so depressed right now. That's
he's running back 29, 13.1, 8.5, and 6.
Yep.
Points.
So that's the hard part is like moving him again is going to be really tough this season.
And it sucks because I'm the one that was doo-dooing all over Chase Brown forever. And people were like, oh no, look at how good he did last year. Like, and I don't ever overreact to stuff like that. Like, and here we are. Like I was all about moving Chase Brown. That's why I have no shares. You're right. It would be a hard move to make. That's why he's trying to get rid of Chase Brown too. Like he's thinking this team's coming from the lens like, dude, London's not doing anything with Michael Penix. And I'm offloading names. I have George Kittle. I'm offering the name of Chase Brown. I hate him and a second. Like, and you know he feels it because he's throwing a second in on top of that.
Right. He's really trying to make this happen. So I would love to, get the JT side if I can make JT work. I doubt it with how well JT's playing though. And he thinks he's the number one team. Like it's going to be tough to get JT off a contender. Right.
Did you see what he said there too? He said, I would love that offer if you can make that happen. Of offering Chase Brown, then immediately offering, I might even get ahead of it too. Like, hey dude, I have this opportunity to make this trade. I'm thinking about like moving Chase. Like, hey, would you be interested in Chase Brown, Laporta for Quinshon? Like just ahead of
easily.
It. Like, but like get ahead of that before you accept the other deal. Like start navigating those waters now. Like reach out to that owner. Hey man,
I
like,
agree. If I can get that deal in place before I pull the trigger, and that way I'm not stuck with the asset.
Yeah, and I love moving Chase Brown and Laporta for Quinshon. Love that move. Like, yeah, Max, try that as well. I think what's nice is we have a really good foundation here to work off of because you have a really good offer in your inbox. It's just going to take a little bit more work. But I think, like, again, not everybody is going to be as savvy as like Chase Brown should be, like the Titanic who just hit a freaking iceberg, like fail. You know what I mean? So like the name still holds weight right now. Meanwhile, it's a door in Titanic where it's just holding Rose on it, and Leonardo DiCaprio is dying of hypothermia, even though he could fit on the door. Like, come on, like let's make some room here. So for me, I am moving. I think we still have room, Garrett, to move Chase Brown and Laporta. That sounds like a really good package for being week 3 into the season. If you get Quinshawn, if you get Trevian Henderson,
and
I feel
honestly,
really good
even
about
if
that.
I have to include the second to make that happen, then basically I'm just looking at the deal as Quinshawn Judkins and Drake London for Jamar Chase, which is a deal I would make.
Yes, I agree 100%. Like
Awesome.
The odds of Jamar Chase ever topping the year he had last year, almost 0%.
Yep. And you look at the Browns backfield right now. Dylan Sampson had no targets in the game, and he had 1 rushing attempt. It is the Quinshawn Judkins show, period.
And that was after Dylan Sampson looked really good in the first 2 games.
Yep. But it's now Jerome Ford was a little bit involved. He had 4 receptions.
I thought it was really weird. It must be going something on Dylan Sampson's pass protection, because I thought it was really weird they brought him on those passing downs.
Yeah, it was a little bit surprising to me. But overall, that's just to say that it's the Quinshawn show. Like, he's the guy. He even got 2 targets in the receiving game too, which is not what we're buying him for. We're buying him for what he's going to do on the ground. But any extra he's going to give us through the receiving game is great.
Yeah, and then our receiving room is still really strong. I mean, we got you're actually younger in receiver. You got Drake London, Romo Dunze in there. That was a really strong receiving room as it was. We can't expect Jamar Chase probably to produce consistently with Brown back at quarterback. So long term, would Chase perform? But listen, Jamar Chase has been in the league for 5 years now. And last year, yes, he put up the elite year, showed you what he could do. But more so, Chase has performed as a mid-range wide receiver 1. Because a lot of times it has to do with Burrow being banged up. And unfortunately, that's the world we live in. And he's not playing again this year. Every year, it's something different with Joe Burrow. And it's like a turf toe that puts him out, severe turf toe, a wrist injury. The dude's ligaments are just fragile. You know what I mean? And it sucks. It is. But boy, man, there's a lot of consistency there with what's happening, right? Sometimes there's just players like that. They get hurt all the time. And now maybe Burrow will be healthy every year for the rest of his career. But when injuries start stacking up with players that are over the age of 28, they usually don't all of a sudden just become miraculous, fountains of youth and never get hurt again. Unfortunately, right? Those guys that are Iron Men are Iron Men. And the guys that aren't. And it sounds like Burrow just isn't. And it's really unfortunate, man. And you sit there and make an argument, well, dude, it's always something different and always weird. Yeah, it is. It is, but it's always devastating. It's never oh, I'll see you in 2 weeks. It's always shit, dude, he's out for the year. His wrist, what? It needs surgery. Same thing, his toe. Wait, his toe? He's out for 3. What happened? Right. Sorry, man. It sucks, but it is what it is. So if I can move, I'm moving. Because guess what? Joe Burrow's not going anywhere.
Yep.
And honestly, they're gonna probably have to move T. Higgins because they don't. They got to protect Joe Burrow and get more offensive linemen.
Yeah. Okay, you guys ready for kind of a jump scare? This is Kevin's team, and he needs some help. He needs some help. 4th year during Dynasty, and I just feel like I can't get my team on the right track.
Yep.
League members only trade if they're getting the better deal.
Worst leagues ever.
See, for me, you want me in your league because I trade when I get the worst deal.
You made a really good. You made a fair deal on that Jaden Daniels deal.
Yeah, and I traded CD away for a Odunze and a 27 first, and I think there's something else on top. I make some good.
That was a really good deal. Yeah, again, Pete, it's totally fine. Everybody makes. It happens, dude. And even long term, you don't know what deals end up being good long term. Anyways, this obviously your running back room is deceased.
Yeah, it's bad. So we got Caleb
or
Williams,
just
Michael
literally
Bennett,
inactive.
Justin Fields, Geno Smith, then running back Caleb Johnson, Jaden Blue, Jalen Wright, Tank Bigsby, Tyler Algier, Blake Corum. Wide receivers, though, a little bit of hope. Emeka Ibuka, Chris Godwin, Khalil Shakir, Cedric Tillman, Xavier Legette, Isaac Tesla, Troy Franklin, Christian Kirk. Then at tight end, Jake Ferguson, Ben Sinnott. Picks wise, though, we have all of our picks, and we've added a few extra thirds. But that's about it. Rich, I I hate to have to move a guy that looks as good as these two guys look, but unfortunately, you've got to move Emeka Egbuka and Caleb Williams because you have nothing.
But here's my worry, Garrett. They just said they are not going to accept trades unless they feel like they're getting a better deal, and there's no way I'm losing on Emeka Egbuka.
No,
he's a cornerstone of our franchise.
Yeah, so I'm throwing it out there and see what they're getting. But here's the thing: if I'm going to do a deal, or if I'm going to be in a league where the only deals that people will make is if they feel they're getting a drastically better deal. Like, I get it. At the end of the day, most people when they trade, they want to have the slight leg up. Like, I get that. But there are other leagues and other people that if I'm dominating the deal, am I going to make the deal? If I'm in a league like that, honestly, I leave that league. Like, I'm sorry. It's just not fun. If that's the case, you're not going to be able to sell Caleb Williams and Justin Fields or and Emeka Egbuka for what they're worth. And that sucks.
Well, let's see then if we can find a path for him to manipulate an owner in the thing, because Emeka Egbuka is red hot right now. Mike Evans got a hamstring injury. Chris Godwin is still out.
Evans is on the IR as well. He just got put on there.
Did he really just get put out
to the IR?
Really? Oh, I've been doing the show. I haven't seen that. I knew it was a bad hamstring.
CD is a high ankle sprain, projected 4 to 6 weeks.
Wow.
And Tyrone Tracy shoulder dislocation, so 2 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, sometimes that could lead to a torn labrum. So that's
interesting on CD Lamb, because he said he would absolutely be back next week, and now they're saying 4 to 6 weeks.
Wait, DeJuan Jones? Oh, DeJuan Jones again, knee injury for the Browns, left tackle out for the year. I can't stay healthy. Well, I'm just on here now.
So much breaking news.
Tune in to our Risers and Fallers episode where we cover none of these injuries.
Not true. We covered Mike Evans and CeeDee Lamb. We just didn't realize they were as bad as they were.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Oh man, this is just it's crazy here. Okay. Anyway, so people need receiver help. Let's start at the top. Let's look at these rosters.
What would you need realistically, Rich, to sell Emeka Egbuka right now? Let's just say for fair value. Just fair value. What do you think his fair value is right now?
2 firsts plus an upside player.
I'm in a very similar ballpark there. I think the conversation starts at 2 firsts, and I want a little bit more.
And here's a guy who just lost. And like, here's a guy that I would consider upside player, Alakeo Manor, right?
Alakeo Manor and Matthew Golden.
Yeah, are upside players here. But like, again, this is a late first in a 1 QB league, and I don't.
And it's 12 teams, not 10.
Yeah. He doesn't need the receiver help. The first team lost CD, so that's for a couple weeks, but I'm looking.
The good news is Emeka could go to any team. It doesn't have to be a contender.
No, it doesn't have to. I know, agree.
This guy doesn't have any picks.
This guy's all in, and he is paper thin. This is a guy. What does he have?
He doesn't have picks. He doesn't have picks.
No,
it doesn't have any
28 first, and then
off the board.
I'd love to find another way though to get this guy's 28 and like his 27 second, because this guy is paper thin. Even if it's another deal where it's like, who's his quarterback? He's got no, he'll be fine. I don't know.
Who's our other receivers again? Outside of, we don't have any. We don't have anybody.
Godwin, Shakir, Kirk, Tillman,
Franklin. Maybe sell high on Franklin.
Not in this league. That sounds of it.
Yeah.
So he just lost Mike Evans.
Who has all the draft picks
first, though?
So Young has all the draft picks. Let's see, where is he at? Okay. He's 2-0 right now. So you could sell on that. The other first that he has, Future Babes, is ranked 4th in contender. So that could be.
But they are 0-2.
That's true. So it could be a a fairly valuable pick.
Can you go back up? Brian Thomas, Ted McMillan. Does he really?
He's just not a fit for us. He's got 3 good young receivers.
Yeah, he's not a fit
But
for
he's
us.
starting Wicks. Also, like his
Yeah, but
his
he
running
well,
backs-
but he's got no. I mean,
He'll have Worthy back in a little bit too.
I mean, he can give us the upside player of Xavier Worthy, but like I'm not interested in moving it back up for this guy's late first.
Would if you could get the future Babes picks, and this guy's also in 10th, and what's his record?
he's 2-0 right
2-0.
now, but
Okay, I'd go after the
his
future
team's
Babes.
not great.
Yeah, but if I could get Torrey Horton, he's another upside player that does interest me.
So you're going to give this guy Mecca Buka for Torrey Horton or Xavier Worthy in 2 firsts?
If they were in 27, yeah, I would.
Oh, he's got
If I
two
could get
27
both-
first.
If
Oh,
I
yeah.
could get
Yeah.
both 27 first and Torrey Horton, I
Let's
think I
look
would.
at this team. This team: McCaffrey, Barkley, Brown, Tyreek Hill, Cup.
I like
this. Is
this.
an old team too.
But they don't have any picks. That was the team we were looking at.
No, but this is the team that he
They
has
have the picks from.
their picks. Yeah.
Oh, he does have their. Oh, that's the team he has their picks of.
Yes.
Yeah, so
So
those are
that
real
could
interesting
be a
because that was the
valuable
one
27.
that I was saying I wanted their 28 stuff. That's the
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
So I would love their 27 stuff then. So yeah, I think the 27, both the 27 first and Torrey Horton, I would do that for a Mecca.
Yeah, I'd ask for Xavier Worthy first.
Okay, yeah, I think that's a good idea. Try for Worthy first. If not, then Horton.
Yeah, both those 27 first. And listen, you are starting from ground zero.
Yep.
And
Scorched earth.
listen to the Dynasty Nerds podcast. Use the Dynasty GM. We will help
Gotta
you
hit
get
on
this back, but you're gonna have to hit on these drafts. You're gonna have the 1-1 next year. Don't worry about that. Once you get a Mecca off your even without a Mecca on your roster.
And the nice part is you can sell that 1-1 for a pretty penny next year.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next thing to say, Garrett. Like when you get that 1-1, like you're trading a 1-1 too. You're moving back in the draft and you're gonna acquire a later first round pick and a 27 first.
Correct.
On that. So whoever's in love with Jameer Love, or Jeremiah Love, like that. Can we go look at another team ahead to see if there's another this is your best trade partner by far.
Yep.
This is the team.
H.N. James Cook, Quinshon Jenkins, Devontae Adams.
This team is 2-0.
They're 2-0. I don't know. They've got doesn't look like a bad team. I'm surprised they're as low as they are in contender.
Yeah, they could use a Mecca, but they
It's
don't
just
have
a very even league.
I would, if this guy would give me Jordan Addison
in 2 firsts in like 26 and 27.
Yeah, I would do that.
I would do that as well.
What if he counters 27-28?
I'd be okay with it.
It's going to take us that long, so yeah, I think I would.
Yeah. I would take.
And
that
I
too.
think that's a good way to leverage value in leagues like this is to just it's going to take till 28 to rebuild this team. So feel free to target 2028 picks.
Yeah, and guys always prefer winning now.
Mhm.
So
I think you get the idea of what we're kind of like laying down here, what we're looking for.
Yep.
Because like, and listen, the biggest move here, if you can't make a trade because these guys are selfish sluts, that doesn't even make sense. It's opposite. It's like an oxymoron. Just know your number one move is what your number one move is going to be is when you end up with the 1-1, you are going to move off of that 1-1 and trade for more draft capital. Hit us up on X, hit us up here. When Chris Godwin comes back and he produces, Chris Godwin should be back probably within 2 weeks, is what I would imagine. And Chris he's produced at a high level last year before he got hurt. If he's healthy, you obviously don't want two of these guys on your roster. You're moving Chris Godwin too. And you're going to move Chris Godwin for any future. You don't want 26 picks. You want like if you get a 27 second and a 26 second for 2 seconds for Chris Godwin, that's fine too. You're going to want to do that 26, 27 second. You want as much draft capital as you can because you have a 3-year rebuild here.
Yep, at least. All right. Wraps
Awesome.
that up. Pete, what else do we got? Or is that it for roster rescues?
Yeah, let's just answer Scott's question really fast.
Okay.
He's looking for advice. Brees Hall, Braylon Allen, and Devonta Smith, or his 26 and 27 firsts and Tootin.
Okay. He said he tried pushing for the ship last year and pivoted to tanking. So I guess I really need to know where those picks are. Because if those are late firsts, then
I want the players.
it's close. If those are early first from a tanking team, then I want the first.
Yeah, because you're giving up 2 good players. They're both worth more than a first. But if I'm tanking, I understand the offer.
Right.
Because
Yeah, I guess I would need
Brees
to know
Hall is worth more than a first, and Devontae Smith
Early
is,
firsts.
oh yeah, early first.
I want the early first. I
If
think,
you're
because
tanking, yeah.
I'm not even sure Smith's worth a first at this point.
No, he's not. But that's the same. But he's offset. Like he's close
Right.
to it. You know, he's
So
close.
him and Brees are probably worth 2 together.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They kind of offset each other there, and they tied in. So for early first, and you're tanking 100%. Running backs all got to go anyways. And Devontae Smith is a very movable asset.
And Tootin has been involved. Etienne's obviously the lead guy.
Yeah, touchdown this
but
week.
Tootin is not going away.
Yeah, scored.
So it's a nice little extra cherry on top of the deal.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right.
Well,
Good to be
that's it
back.
for us.
Yeah, I'm gonna go dive into this injuries news and see all these people are going on IR and Browns losing their left tackle and all this fun stuff. So,
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you guys tuning in. We will be back each and every Monday, and we know it's only going to get crazier and crazier as we approach the trade deadline. Appreciate you guys, and we will see you guys next week.